Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance, episode 25 of Guess the Trade, where we look at subscriber loadouts and see if we can guess their trade, or at least guess what it is that they do with that specific set of tools that we're going to look at. So we're going to look at two new ones today, but last week we looked at two old ones. We looked at Rob Holland and Matt HMM. It was the first in a reload series where we've already guessed their trade. We looked at their loadouts previously in this series, but they had some new setups, and we can always learn new things from looking at someone, how they're packing out something, how they're loading up their bag, some new tools that they might have. So they submitted those. I've had some other submissions since then, so I'll still sprinkle those in from time to time. But today's going to be two where we look at two new complete loadouts from two different people, One Car Garage, and then also Paul Farrar, I think it is, Farrar. That's how I'm going to be saying it anyways, or I'm just going to call you Paul here on out anyway. So we're going to look at two loadouts today. Now, I didn't ever tell you what the answers were for episode 23 with Jason Young and Kasaba Tamasi, and that's because I never saw any comments down below, so I don't know that they answered, and I don't know what it is specifically they do. So maybe they'll answer at some point in time, but we're going to, again, look at two today. We're going to look first at One Car Garage. He has the Vito OTXXL. I don't think I've ever seen this bag like in person or anything, so I really liked looking at this. He's also got some of his Milwaukee power tools and along with some EDC type carry tools as well. And he told me that he carries these on a Rubbermaid cart. So that's what he uses. If that helps you in your guess, maybe that's some information that's going to help you out with that. But let's go ahead and jump into his tools and see if we can guess what it is that he does. So again, looking at the outside of his bag here, it is the Vito OTXXL. I've not seen any of these in person. There's another XXL version that has like a carpenter style thing, and it might even been this one that I looked at before that I'm kind of looking around Facebook Marketplace to see if I can find one. I kind of want one of these for a job site bag so I can just put tools that I don't care if they get dirty. I don't care if people grab them in and out, and then hold bigger tools like hammers and stuff in one side. Just set it on a job site and let people have at it. But holds a lot of tools. I mean, look at the outside of this thing, all kinds of things. And again, he's going to pull these out for us, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking at the bag itself. But in case you've wanted one of these and you're curious about how you would load one out, he's got all sorts of things in here. Also a bit holder of some kind up in here. But we'll go to the next picture. This is the opposite side of that. So again, this one's more of that open more so than a lot of pockets, it looks like. And so this might have been the one I was looking at because I noticed that it had a few things. It like basically one side holds big tools, one side holds all your hand tools type thing. He's got a combination square fluke meter case. Let's see, he's also got different tools over here, and I believe there's like a tray that he fits down in this. We'll see out here in just a minute. Klein light up there on the top. Going to the next picture, here's the side. That's a little blurry, but he's got two pairs of Klein strippers along with a Klein tape measure and some electrical tape right there. Next picture, this is that tray that I was talking about. I'm pretty sure that this is tucked down inside of there. That's basically all those wrenches you can see. So he's got this set down in there so he can pull it out. It looks like it's a Husky that he just put in there himself. Got some Vera Joker wrenches, also some, looks like maybe a pass-through set, or it's just a set of, it's a ratcheting wrench with a socket in it or something. Looks like it's probably a pass-through though. Also jab saw, it looks like. So next picture, this is with that totes down in there, but he's showing you, I think his meter was over here, so he also keeps a hammer and some really long wrenches down in the bottom of that as well. Over on the other side, he's got some Klein screwdrivers. Can't tell what they are exactly right now, but again, he's got them pulled out. So here's all the tools that are on the hand tool side of the bag, and then those Klein strippers were on the side, and then these Klein screwdrivers here I think are the ones that we just looked at. And he's going to zoom in little quadrants, but here's the overall if you want to take a look at those and get an idea on it. I already see this down here. That's that, I think that's like a lock nut wrench where you can run maybe the wires through if you working in a box that has wires. I've seen that one. I don't know if this is a Klein or Racketeers or something like that. I've actually thought about getting that, so I'm curious, One Car Garage, what you think about that tool. I believe it's a Klein Tools version. I think Racketeers has something kind of like it, but I think you can actually run the wire through it and then also get on the lock nut and then tighten it down if I remember right. I haven't bought one because I just don't have that scenario come up very much, but it would be something that would be useful the times that it would. So I'm curious what your thoughts are on that tool in particular. But let's go ahead and jump into this and go to the next picture. So he's going to dive in. Again, sometimes they're going to get blurry. So if this one's blurry, I'll go ahead and we'll just zoom in over here. So he's got the Klein strippers there, two different pairs. I think I've got that lighter blue handle. I don't think I've got that yellow and greenish blue handle. I don't know if I've ever tried those or not. He's got the Weehaw electrician's hammer, also 2 levels there, both Klein tools. Also has Weehaw insulated drivers, the Vessel ratcheting screwdriver as well. Here's the Klein demo drivers. He's got 2 slotted ones, and then let's see, a Dominator. Looks like a pry bar chisel type thing. Also has the Klein, I want to say that's maybe the, I don't remember what N1 that is, but I'm not real sure. And then he's got that nut driver set right there. That's not the pass-through version. I think that's the older version. And then he's got another Vessel ratcheting screwdriver. I'm going to go to this next picture and see if, yeah, so this one's a little bit clearer right here. Also has the Klein, I think that's either the 14-in-1, that might be the 14-in-1 and not the 27-in-1. I think that handle looks a little smaller. I still I'm not positive which handle that is right there on that Klein. He's also got a Vessel Impacta, so he's got that one there. He's got the Klein self-adjusting stripper, also a Irwin. Several of you suggested this for a locking bit holder, and I think I've actually got one of those somewhere. It came with some spade bits. I don't know exactly where it is, and then he's got a Bosch something as well. So we go again, moving on over. He's got the Klein ratcheting crimper. That thing is phenomenal in my opinion, at 305 CR. I've got a video on that one. That's pretty much about the only, if I'm doing a lot of crimps, I always get that out. That's the only one I like to use. Now, if I'm just tightening up something, I'll use a pair of pliers I have on me, but I really like that one. Also a crimper there as well. Let's see, a Klein super screwdriver, or no, actually that's the ratcheting handle. Now maybe he bought that with it has to be actually, that's with those hollow nut driver set, all the sizes that came with that ratcheting handle right there. Actually, I think that's the handle that I have up here. It's the ratcheting multi. I don't know if I can zoom in on that or not. You can put really anything you want to in it. It came with those nut drivers. I absolutely love those nut drivers. I've been using those like crazy. I think that's what handle that is, and he's got the flip socket inside of that. So going on back in with this, he's got the Vera flexible screwdriver as well. This is that Klein Tools screw holding screwdriver. That's the older style. And then he's got a pair of vice grip, what I call channel locks or tongue and groove pliers right there. Going over to the next picture, so this is down at the bottom row. We're going to go from left to right. Got a pair of flush cuts or diagonals there, small pair. Also the forged wire strippers. Klein alligator style. I haven't tried any of the Klein of their brands of that either, so I'm not real familiar with those. A lot of people really like them though. He's also got the smart grip, so since that's a smart grip, that's a 10-inch, so that Klein there is probably a 12-inch. 2 Weehaws here that are the self-adjusting as well. They actually have those on clearance at my Lowe's right now. They're only a couple dollars off, but I'm watching them. I'm seeing if they drop them any more than that, I'm going to get them. They also have the Weehaw, the diagonals with that power cutter button. They've got a bunch of stuff at my Lowe's that are Weehaw pliers and things on clearance, but they haven't dropped them but like $1 or $2 right now, but it's something I keep going in there and checking every so often to see if I'm going to catch it the day that they really drop. Of course, you got to check pretty often because, you know, the day they drop, somebody else is going to pick them all up, so you got to be there. But I'm interested if any of you have any of those Weehaw self-adjusters like these, or also the power cutters, the repaired diagonals. It's got a button I think you push to get more leverage. I'm interested in your feedback on those. But continuing on with his, you've got also the Cobras, the 180s, and then also a pliers wrench 180. And again, right here is that, I think it's a lock nut wrench, if I remember right anyways, unless I'm just looking at the tool completely wrong. I've looked at it a few times, but he's got that there as well. This one's a little blurry. Let's see. Gets a little bit better over there. Let me go on back to this one real fast. It won't take long, and we'll zoom in on this. So he's got a pair of big cable cutters, also a crimper right there, a couple different crimpers, one with a comfort style handle type, also one with a just dip type grip, or maybe even his own dip right there. He's also got the Wiss snips right there, pair of diagonals. Those might be, I don't know if those are Klein or if those are Doyle. I want to say they're Klein. I can't read that though. It kind of looks like a Doyle handle. I don't know that I've seen Klein with that handle, but maybe they've got it and I've just never seen them. Also the the angled cobalt type cutters right there. I kind of want to get a pair of those too, because I can see that angle coming in handy the same as I like it on my diagonals. A pair of the twin grips, also a pair of needle nose. I might just stay on this picture in case they get blurry. This isn't too bad. Also the conduit reamer from Milwaukee, where you can also put a bit in it and use that. There's his bit holders as well. Also has a punch and a spring type tool. Some Weehaw Allen keys or hex keys. Many of you suggested those to me and said those were the best back whenever I had the Milwaukee video. Also some hex keys like that. Pair of Irwin strippers, crimpers, and screw cutters all in one type deal right there. And then again, there's some power drivers. I think those are from Klein. Those are like nut drivers as well, real deep. So he's got those as well. So I think that's about it on those pictures. Now let me go through these, see if there's anything that we can look at that's up close. So here's this. This is his bit holder. We probably couldn't see this at that angle. So he's got several different bit holders in there. Also some nut drivers. He's got a Malco there. Some drill bits. Also like almost like a deburring type bit of some kind. Not sure exactly what that is. Also that's still blurry. So here's his Klein screwdrivers. And again, sometimes pictures come through blurry if the size that you send them aren't real good. Then whenever you blow them up, they're going to be blurry. But again, this is a Klein nut driver set. We can see as you look there. And then he's also got, I think that's a laser distance measure. So that's easy to tell what those are anyways. And so now this is the back side of his bag. So this is that other side with the combination square. So he's got 2 combination squares there. Also a file. And then he's got Craftsman and Husky and Pittsburgh. So a big mix of wrenches. Also a gear wrench. So he's covering all bases with his wrenches. He's got just about every brand there. Also a pry bar. That one is a Craftsman as well. Chip brush. Couple scrapers. Let's see. He's got a small pry bar. Some punches. Different driver bits. There's those Klein hollow nut drivers right there. I really like those. Those have come in handy a lot. They do show up like rust and stuff inside of them whenever you hit stuff, it seems like to me, but that's just the fasteners I've been working with that's been making it happen. Also, here's a real small pair of Knipex Cobras, some Weehaw, again, more insulated drivers. Fluke, I want to say that this is the 77, maybe. I can't read that number up there for sure, but I think that's what it is. I think that actually might be the one that's on my workbench. It is, so it's the same one that I've got back here in the backs. So that is what that is. That's a 77. Also a S-wing hammer. Long drill bits. Let's see, there's pipe reamer. Here's a bunch of Craftsman wrenches as well. Over here you get into the Vera Jokers. So here's those wrenches that I thought were maybe passed through, but those are just like I don't know if he's got some sort of a socket that's fitting inside of those. I assumed that it fits. Maybe it just came with the socket set and fits inside of those ratcheting wrenches, because they've got, maybe it's just a certain size socket head that fits in some of them or something. I'm not real sure. I've not seen ratchets that actually have like this that's permanent in there, but maybe that is, and I've just missed out on them or something. It looks like it's a master grip and a gear wrench, and that's what's really throwing me off, is that it's different brands. So I'm interested what kind of setup that is. Is that like a permanent tool, or is that where you're taking some sort of a socket, because they're all different sizes as well? So that's kind of weird for it to be like a pass-through set. They normally all just fit in the same exact thing. So I'm interested in what that whole setup is, just for my own curiosity wise. So he's also, again, got some more ratcheting wrenches as well. He's got Bondus, looks like right here, some small ball end hex drivers of some kind. Looks like 5/32 and 1/8. Also has a wedge anchor bolt, so I'm curious maybe what he does with that to keep that in his bag all the time. Let's see, I'm not sure what brand that is. I want to say it's Channel Lock right there. I've not seen a black one like that. That's pretty nice. Crescent wrench, Lennox jab saw, and then a Milwaukee non-contact voltage tester, Pika 3030, the black pin, and then a stubby with the Riley sheath. So he's got that Riley sheath for his stubby right there. I actually use the stubby Riley sheath more than anything else because it stays in my bag 100% of the time. I use the other one occasionally for my Impact 11 one more so than anything, whenever I just need to add one more screwdriver to the mix and my pouch won't hold it. But there's those. We get into the next one. So here's some sockets, and he's got a adapter in every single one, so he's not changing his sockets around. He's just going to change the whole entire thing out, which I get that because sometimes those are hard to pull in and out once you put some torque on them. But it looks like those are SAE, or at least the middle one is 7/8. That's the one I can read anyway. So he's got those. Here's also another type of wrench there. It looks like this is a wrench that fits all these. He's got the 3/4 inside of there. I'm not sure what brand the wrench is. And then we're getting into some Milwaukee M18 tools, also some M12 tools as well. He's got that Fuel M12 bandsaw. That one has been on my list for quite some time. It's been one that I haven't bought yet because I really love the old one, the non-fuel one, just because of the size. I mean, I can absolutely just one-hand that thing all day long. But this fuel version has a bigger cutting capacity, and now that I've seen it in the store, it's not crazy big. So I'm going to get that one day if I catch a deal on it. I don't have to have it, so it's not something I'm just going to, I got to go buy it, you know, but it's one of those tools whenever I can hack it or whenever I can get some crazy deal on it, I'm going to make sure and pick that one up. But he's got that one there. He's also got the M18 hacksaw, a M12, let's see, it looks like a 1/4 inch ratchet right there. That's either the high speed, I assume. And then he's got the right angle impact for the M18. I've got that in the M12. I like it. He's also got an M18 hammer drill. Looks like an impact over there, but I think the next picture goes on over. Yeah, so we're going to go over here on the right side. As you roll over here, there's that drill and impact. He's got 2 drills. And then he's also got another impact right there. He's got also the M12. And I'm really bad about telling you if this is the mid torque or the whatever else, because the only one I've got is the Big Daddy. I've got the biggest one, the high torque, and then other than that, I've just got M12. But he's also got the M12 impact over here. Now that is the one with those 3 LED lights, so that is the newer version right there. And then the next picture we get into is EDC, so there's his Riley sheath right there for that one. He's also got a, looks like Streamlight maybe. Pretty sure that's what that says on there. A Cobalt knife, also a small precision driver from Klein, a Sharpie S-Gel ink Zaw. I think that's probably about it. I don't know if that's something right there or not. We'll see. Yeah, so he's got some sort of a deal right there. Maybe you guys will know what he does with that. No, I'm not. It's not catching me off the top of my head to let me know. I've actually got this same hide and drink pouch that I keep in my Atlas Saratoga vest, but it's in gray or in brown, but I have that. So it's the Impact 11 one that he's got inside of that sheath as well. I'm interested to know what this is right here, the fact that he made it fit down in there. Maybe that's something that he just helps him push it in and out of his pocket maybe, or something like that. So he's really getting ingenuitive, or however you want to phrase that. That's what he's doing with that. That would be my guess. So let us know what you do with that. My guess is that helps you push it down in and out of your pocket. That's something you made yourself, but you can let us know in the comments below if I'm completely wrong on that. But I believe that might be his last picture. It is. There's his name. So there's his EDC right there. Check that one out. There's some of his power tools. There's a socket and a ratchet set. There's some more sockets. There's the back side of his bag. If you want to pause, zoom in, look around any of that. We'll go to the front side of his bag. Let me go back to that main picture right there, so you can check that one out if you want to. And then just to give you one more look at his tool bag at the very, very beginning. Holds a lot of tools. Really nice bag in my opinion. But go ahead and drop your guesses down below what it is you think One Car Garage does with these tools. If you got questions for him, ask those as well. I'm curious to see what y'all's feedback is on that. And then also, remember, he said he carries these around on a Rubbermaid cart. If that helps you out any whatsoever in your guesses, make sure and take that into account as well. But that's One Car Garage. That's the first loadout. The second loadout that we're going to look at today is Paul Farrar, is what I'm going to say. Again, I'm just going to call you Paul from now on out. He has a DeWalt tote, so that's going to be something new. We don't see those very often on the channel, so this is going to be something that we can look at. But let's go ahead and jump into his tools and see if we can guess what it is that he does. So again, here is his DeWalt bag. It's a DeWalt tote, and these have been put into place at my Lowe's where all the Tough Built stuff was. They no longer carry like Tough Built bags or things like that. They've kind of swapped it out 100% to these DeWalt ones. I'm not sure if he's got these pulled out. I want to say that he does, and so we'll just take a look at the bag. It looks like it's pretty open tote pretty much. It's got a few pockets on the side, also has something out here in the front. Going over to the next picture, there's that front pouch open. He's got some gloves, it looks like, down in there. Again, lots of different screwdrivers, some Klein, some Weehaw. He has a tool check, or it looks like, or a bit check at least, if nothing else. Also looks like some tongue and groove pliers, hammer. So we'll check this out, go to the next picture. Here's a from the top down view. If you want to look at that, see what you can figure out from that picture as well. Again, several Klein screwdrivers, several Weehaw. I think that might be a fast cap chisel, one of those folding chisels. So going to the next picture, here's the side view, a couple pairs of scissors, a couple shims. Looks like probably a putty knife or a scraper. I'm not sure. Let's see, that's a Reller mag strap right there. And also it looks like a stud. I don't know, I can never remember if that one's called the Stud Buddy or whatever, but it's the magnetic stud finder. We'll probably see it here in a minute. A couple Reller bit rails, fast cap, lefty righty. Also a Klein tester, Klein flip socket, Stabila pocket level right there. Next picture, so here we go. Here's all of them pulled out there. So fast cap, lefty righty tape measure, scissors, hemostat, black Sharpie, another pair of scissors, a scraper with that either takes razor blades. That one might actually be the plastic type razor blades. Stabila pocket level, couple Reller bit rails. Here's a neck light. I can't tell what that brand says right there. Combination square. Again, also has Bosch laser measure. Some Knipex cobras. So those were Knipex, or those are actually alligators and not cobras. Moving down here, this is going to be hard for me to remember where all we've been. So also has some, looks like Klein needle nose, Knipex twin grips. He's got the Tool Check Plus. Can't tell if that's SAE or metric. Actually, it looks like he's got both sets, so it doesn't matter. So he's got SAE and a metric set. Moving down here, I believe that is it's a door stop tool. I want to say it's called the Wedget because I was looking at that one back whenever I picked up my Fat Ivan, and I've got a video for the Fat Ivan, but I didn't get that one. I really like the Fat Ivan. I don't know if this one works very well, so Paul, maybe you can let us know how well that, I think it's called the Wedget. I think if that's what it's called, let us know how that works out for you. But he's got that. He's also got the Reller mag strap. Weehaw screwdriver right there. It is the Stud Buddy. I was pretty sure that's what that one was called. Also has the long slotted demo screwdriver from Klein. Klein diagonals as well. Cobalt double-sided hammer there. The Vera, I guess that one might be a version of the Cyclops. Some kind, it looks like anyway, something similar to it. I'm not sure what the actual name for that one is. Again, that was a fast cap chisel in there. He's also got the Rock hard knife. Not heard of that one. Small pry bar snap-on knife. I'm curious how much that snap-on knife cost. I might have to look that up. I'm always amazed at how much some of their stuff cost. Another small pry bar, Knipex pliers wrench, and then another pair of alligators right there. Craftsman screwdriver, Vera screwdriver. Let's see. I don't know what the purple and the black are. It looks like looks like a Weehaw logo on the end. I'm not seeing a purple and a black. I don't know if that signifies something. Several Allen keys over here and some stubby screwdrivers. Vera magnetizer, demagnetizer. It was the foldable scraper putty knife from Hyde. He's also got another putty knife and some shims. Klein tools, torpedo level. Also I can't remember I think that might be the 14-in-1 on the precision driver. Cobalt regular hammer. Also a Klein Phillips screwdriver. It was the Klein digital GFCI tester. I noticed that Milwaukee in that pipeline event has something that looks just like that one coming out, and then the breaker finder. Basically everything that is a Klein electric tool, it seems like Milwaukee's coming out with an identical one. I mean, very little bit of difference. So they have to be probably made in the same place. So I'm curious what you guys think about that. If you're going to pick up the Milwaukee ones, if you're already on the Klein, I might would, just because I'm going to review them for you guys if you want to see them or something like that. But personally, it's like the Klein ones work good for me. I'm not going to buy something that's the same exact tool just to get a different brand if it's exactly the same, doesn't have any new features. And from what I can tell, that's what it pretty much looks like to me. But you guys can let me know what you think about that down below. But getting back into it, he's got a non-contact voltage tester there. I don't know what brand that one is. Maybe, I want to say maybe Greenlee or something like that, but I'm not sure. Also has probably the 14-in-1 HVAC adjustable screwdriver. Let's see, he's got some Hilti, a pocket pack, a Craftsman tape measure 12-footer, Reller mag strap. I think I've got everything in there. I don't think I missed anything other than maybe his gloves and his Sharpies there. Next picture, here's a little bit more up close. It's maybe not as blurry if you want to zoom in on any of that. I'm not going to scroll around because I don't think I missed anything other than I was wanting to check this out. So those were Weehaws. It looks like those purple and black. So I've not seen them before. I don't know if there's something special about those. That's that color pattern or whatever. You can let us know. Maybe that's their demo drivers. They do have caps on it. So that's what those are. And then let's see. Here we got some kind of a case. So he's got some XS selector bits. Those look like possibly Weehaw. Yeah, it is, because there's a little button. That's that shape right there. Some more Railer bits. Also some drill bits with, I believe that's the Festool type shaft right there, if I'm right. Getting into the next picture. So here is some more bits. There's his Festool CXS. I've not even held one of these in my hand before. I've not even seen one in person. Nobody I know has any of this stuff. I've got a Festool vacuum right there. That's the only Festool tool that I've ever owned. I have used some of their track saws on job sites before, but they're just not real big in my area because nobody's going to spend that kind of money for some of those kinds of tools on job sites and things like that. And so I don't have any experience even holding a Festool drill driver in my hand. The closest thing I come to it is the M12 installation driver, and I absolutely like it. So there's no doubt I probably would like the Festool. But you guys can let me know in the comments below what you think about Festool. If you own a lot of their tools, if you don't, whatever you think about them, let us know that as well. But he's got those right there. And then over here in this picture, he's got also a Brother P-Touch, also a Klein LED light, and then a Newborn drip-free caulk gun. Those are one of my favorite caulk guns. Newborn drip-free are actually work very well on that drip-free aspect. If you're looking for a caulk gun, those work pretty well. But I'm also curious, now that I've said that, I always love the comments. I find out new stuff every single time. If you've got a favorite caulk gun, drop that down there in the comments below as well. And I believe that's his last picture. There's his name. So there's those. There's his Festool CXS. I'm curious what you think about that, Paul, if you absolutely love it. Here's some of his bits. Again, here's the bulk of his tools out. We'll go back to this picture. You can look at that. And then, of course, again, he is using this DeWalt bag right here to hold all those other than his Festool stuff. And something that I've not seen really much of other than they are in my Lowe's, but I've not seen anybody else using them. So take one last look at those and then see if you can guess down below what it is you think Paul and One Car Garage do with their tools. They both kind of told me in their email, so I'm not going to guess on this one because I don't want to give anything away. Both of them had some really nice tools. I really like that OTXXL. I can see that being a job site bag for me in the future. Paul had a lot of really, really nice tools. I'm really interested in your feedback on that Festool. I'm just really curious. I've never, again, held one. I don't even know what the real difference is between them because I've not even physically felt the screw go in with one. I don't know if it's going to be something that's just like wow whenever you do it or not. But let me know that in the comments below as well. As always, I hope that this video was interesting. Hope it's helpful in some way. You guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. See you on the next video.